what up, y'all? You know who I am, man. I'm Ed Lover. Come on, son. Mr. Come on, son. I got the pleasure of sitting here with my man right here because what I like to do sometimes, man, I like to introduce new talent to the world. All right? And this cat right here, super fucking talented. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in hip-hop. As we know, hip-hop is an oversaturated market. But sometimes the cream always rises to the top, man. I got my man Fred the Godson right here with me, son. What up, son?
Ain't nothing.
Tell everybody where you from, man.
BX all day. Bronx.
Bronx, New York.
Yep.
Represent the Bronx.
Yep.
Now, seriously, straight up, because I don't pull no punches when I talk and I interview people, there's been a dry spell in the Bronx for a long time.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with Bronx hip hop?
I don't know, man. There's talent in the Bronx, but it's just people in the Bronx had a hard time like really grinding it out. But it's like there's a lot of talent in there. Like, shout out to Fat Joe, but I don't know, man. I'm just trying to bring it back.
Like a lot of people in the Bronx, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of people in the Bronx really feel, and this is no knock on Joe, that once Joe moved to Miami and is running with a lot of the down south cats and running with Wayne and them and running with Cool and Dre and them and Khaled and all of that, he ain't really repping the Bronx no more. Is that true? Is that how people feel?
That's how people feel, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, he just found a better place to live at, man. He's always going to be for the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, but I mean, some people feel different, but nah, that boy's BX forever, man.
He's BX forever.
BX forever.
BX for life. But like Joe came through and he brought the Terror Squad through, he brought Pun through. Yeah. He brought a lot of cats through. He had Armageddon and he had cats, Tony Sunshine with him. A lot of cats from the Bronx. And then it was like, no more from the Bronx. What the fuck happened?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've been trying to figure that out myself, but I mean, the lane is open, and I'm just trying to bring that back, bring everything back to the Bronx as much as I can. You know, Fat Joe behind me, everything, man. I mean, I have no.
There's a lot of great talent up in that Bronx, man.
Yeah, shout out to Corey Guns, Mickey Fax, you know.
Yeah, Mickey Fax is ill.
Yeah.
He ill. I like that kid a lot too. Mickey Fax, if you out there, you next, son. I got to get you in here and sit down and talk to you too. Tell me about Fred the Godson, because when I first heard it, I thought that's the illest rap name I've heard in a long time. Where did Fred the Godson come from?
It came from my doctor, actually. I mean, my name is Fred. That's my real name. And I suffer from, like, diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma, all that crazy nonsense. And I told my doctor one day I was going to, I had a showcase. And I was performing in a showcase. And she said, well, your asthma levels are so... I don't think you should do that. It's a bad idea. And I'm like, I know my asthma's bad, but for some reason when I rap and I'm practicing in the mirror and everything, it goes. I mean, my asthma's good. I'm controlling it. She's like, I don't believe it. And I showed her the flyer, and it's like, I'm coming to the show. I'm like, I didn't really think she was going to go, but I mean, as soon as I was about to get on stage, she came. It's like, hey, Fred. I'm like, oh, all right. And I did it. And once I didn't win the showcase, but I did my thing. And when I came down, she was like, wow, I can't believe, like, you really held it and you was rapping. That's crazy. It's like you're a son from God. It's like your Godson or something. And I was like, oh, that's great. I just kept it.
You just kept it? Who were you before that?
Fred.
Just Fred?
Yeah.
That's ill. You was rhyming as just Fred, period.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fred. That's the illest shit I ever heard in my life. So then, after that, it was Fred the Godson.
Fred the Godson.
And just roll with it from there, man. How would you describe your style? For people who have never heard you before, say, who the fuck is this nigga Ed Lover talking to? How would you describe your style?
It's different. It's, the perfect way I describe it is me growing up. Listen to a lot of Biggie, lots of Biggie, Nas, Pun, Jay, and I just like I never knew I was gonna be a rapper, but me listening to them artists, it was like I was taking a little bit from everybody.
So you're a lyricist loving type of dude.
Yeah.
More so. So being a lyricist loving type of dude, and knowing that hip hop has kind of moved away from that you know you can make a record. No knock on them because I like your record, like Toot It and Boot It. Yeah. You can make a record like that. Yeah. It ain't the most lyrical record. It ain't I Love the Dough. It ain't Kicking the Door. It ain't some of Jay's best work or Nas's best work. Yeah. How do you feel about that, being a lyricist?
I mean, I think everything's for everybody. It's different things. Like those songs is really made for people to dance, and it's simple.
Right.
So it's easy to catch on, and it's just I call them fun songs.
Right.
But then you got songs like the One Mics, the Stands from Eminem,
right.
and things like that You know, like Eminem is a perfect example.
Eminem is hell, son.
You know, because he makes them songs where guess who's back, and you just like
right.
But then it hit you with a stand, and you'll just be in your house like, yo, man, this guy's crazy.
Right.
You know, so yeah.
So it's a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah.
So you don't knock it.
Nah.
Do you feel like you would have to dumb down your shit? Because I remember one time you mentioned Corey Guns, and I had a conversation with Corey Guns about his legacy in hip hop and what he's trying to do, and even Fab. And even Fab said he has to dumb it down a little bit. Do you feel like you got to dumb it down to get people to catch on to what Fred the Godson is trying to get across?
I mean, yeah, because, like, sometimes I go overboard and, like, Prez will be like, Fred, they're not going to get that yet.
Right.
Like, if you're going to do that in your freestyles, but you got to dump some. Like, I go really overboard sometimes, and you tell me I got to dumb it down, but it's just the level of how much you're going to dumb it down. I'm not going to dumb it down so much. I'm not going to do that.
So now that let's switch gears for a minute. Now that you got some notoriety, people are starting to recognize you. Too Fat is ill.
Thank you.
Everybody's loving that fucking record now. How's your bitch game right now, son?
Oh, they love
How's
me,
it
man.
going for you, son?
It's
With the
beautiful.
bitches out there?
It's beautiful. They loving me now.
They're
man.
loving
like,
you now.
Twitter, everything, and people, yo, stop playing with the bitches, Fred. It's just like, it's just Twitter. I'm just trying to answer everybody, get that love, man. I'm loving it right now. I gotta have that fun.
You gotta have all that love.
I
Who are you feeling, man? Who's the young cats that's coming that's gonna change hip hop? I feel like hip hop changes every 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's really time. You can see that the young, the new young cats like yourself is coming through. The Mickey Facts, the Corey Guns, Wayne and his Young Money crew, Nicki Minaj. All of them is coming through. Drake. Who's the young cats that may not be on the radar right now that make Fred the Godson say, damn, that nigga's nice right there?
Oh man, it's a lot of people that don't get the recognition that I think is hot. Like my man Goods, like my boy Axel, Charlie Clips, of course my man Corey Guns and Mickey Facts. Like it's a lot of talent.
A lot of cats out there, right? Well, how did it come to pass that I look on the internet, I troll the internet a lot to see what's going on in hip hop, that you just start doing your own videos? How did that happen?
It's not like back in the days where, you know, once you put a video was a video.
Right.
It's like you couldn't do what you do now. Like you can shoot a video on your own. It'll get up on MTV if you're lucky. World Star, everybody will see it. Like back then, we didn't have those outlets.
Right.
You know, it was straight BET.
You're on TV Raps and BET and occasionally whatever else is happening.
You might get on Video Music Box or something like that, but like you gotta grind. And then once we met these directors they're just like rappers now. You got young directors that's in the hood with these cameras, and they're just like rappers. They're on the grind and they're trying to get notoriety. They're trying to get out there. Right. So we meet up with them and we just talk about, just gotta have that imagination. Like when you're doing it, it feels like you're doing it for BET and MTV, everybody around, and it feels good, you know. We just put it out. Once we got that outlet, we just try to work the outlet as much as possible, the internet. Yeah. You know.
The internet is the new breaking point for everything right now. You just throw it out there. How did Too Fat come about, man? The record is ill. You haven't heard anybody in a long time just say exactly, nigga, I'm too fat. How did that come around?
Well, shout out to my producer, Street Fabulous in France. They gave me the beat with the hook in it.
Oh, okay.
So it was just easy to follow through, you know? It was like, the beat was crazy, and then once the hook came in, I'm too fat.
Right.
Wow. You know, so I just follow through with the hook.
Yeah, man. And it's a dope record, man. Yo, I got Fred the Godson in the building with me, man. Set Lover, man. Y'all know what it is. Come on, son.
Yeah.
All right?
Come on, son.
Nigga, I'm too fat. I'm a bad boy. Nigga, I'm too fat. I'm a bad nigga. I'm too fat. I'm a bad boy.